Hi, my name is Michael Frederick, and I would like to talk about a negative experience that I had with a doctor at NorthShore University Health System. The doctor I'm referring to is Dr. Joseph Raviv from NorthShore Health System, their division of otolaryngology. He's an ENT, and my experience with him and the way everything went down really says a lot about what kind of doctor he is. Um, I visited Dr. Raviv in 2014 with complaints of sinus congestion. And at the time, what my problem was, I was overusing this nasal spray. And had I just stopped using it for a couple weeks, I would have been fine. But I found that out too late. Anyways, Dr. Raviv, upon meeting him, he immediately offered me sinus surgery without offering any alternative treatments or anything else that could be done. Now, being young and naive at the time, I thought this would help me, so I accepted the procedure. Dr. Raviv performed two surgeries on me. He performed an endoscopic sinus surgery, and he performed the septoplasty. However, the septoplasty was completely unnecessary. It wasn't something I agreed to in the first place, and it made my situation much worse. Let me elaborate on what I mean. So this is what the inside of my nose looked like before my surgery with Dr. Raviv. All he was supposed to do was take out the bone over here and over here. This is the endoscopic sinus surgery. That's when they open up the drainage passages to promote better drainage. That's the only thing that needed to be done. As you can see, there's an equal amount of space between this side of my nose and this side of my nose. This is the septum. It divides it, and there's a nice patent airway here and here on the right and left side. Let me show you what it looks like after. So this was after my surgery with Dr. Raviv. As you can see, he did do the endoscopic sinus surgery. He took out all the bone here, but he did the septoplasty. He took out that little tiny bend right there. And by doing that, he cut off airflow on this side of my nose completely. So I can't breathe out of this side of my nose ever. Let me show you, again, a side-by-side comparison. So this was, again, before, after. Is that clear? Everyone see the difference? Dr. Raviv did that unnecessary surgery just to get the extra insurance money. There is no other reason. It's just about throwing in as many surgeries as you can to milk out as much money from the insurance money. Completely unnecessary. When I visited him multiple times after the surgery, telling him that, things felt worse, and I thought it was a problem with my septum. And he just kept saying, no, 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 it made you better. He even admits in the reports, every time I visited him, the right side is the side of my nose, where he cut off airflow. And every time I visited him, he puts in his own notes that, I want to talk forever. I want to make this short. But continues to be frustrated by right nasal obstruction. You see that in the bold? That was October 14th, 2014. February 17th, 2015, continues to be frustrated by nighttime right nasal obstruction. He puts in his own notes that's what was going on, but he did nothing about it. He told me something stupid during these meetings, like maybe he shoved the camera up my nose for all of 3 seconds, and he told me I might have allergies. And then, he told me they charged the insurance, or charged me if my insurance didn't take it, $500 for that post-surgery follow-up. So I stopped seeing him in early 2015, and I just sort of lived with this problem for the next couple of years. I couldn't sleep well, and eventually I was like, this isn't getting, nothing's getting better. Um, so I went to see another ENT who did X-rays before and after the surgery with Dr. Raviv. He compared them. He did an X-ray and he compared what it looked like now and what it looked like before the surgery. And he said, "Yeah, Dr. Raviv messed up. It was better the way it was before." And so I called Dr. Raviv and I told him about this, and he told me too much time had passed for him to do the revision septoplasty, which is make the septoplasty the way it was before. And you have no idea how infuriating that was for me to hear. Excuse me. But so there's I went to see a second surgeon. And this surgeon did, they said there's really nothing they can do about the septum. But they did a turbinate surgery. Not only did that not help, but I ended up with empty nose syndrome, which is something I'll talk about another time. But that is something much worse. I blame my whole situation on Dr. Raviv. Uh, you know, this problem has destroyed the quality of my sleep, and then I'm tired all day and I'm not functioning well. And there's really nothing that can be done to fix it. This is what I'm going to have to live with the rest of my life. So I'm making this video in hopes that other people will see what happened to me and realize that this doctor has no business operating on anyone. He does unnecessary surgeries to get money. He's not about helping people. He's not about trying to make people better. He's a scumbag who shouldn't be operating, who has no business working where he is. And, I hope people watch this and take this seriously because he really affected my life, and I don't want him to affect other people as well.